What is up, guys? It's not Matty Brollic here. It is your boy AkiVGC, obviously, hitting you up with what is it? Week 2 of the ITL, not the MPL. We are facing my boy Matty Brollic and his LA Reshirams. I don't know, I probably totally messed up that intro, but shout out to my man Matty. He's like, he's the he's a G. So we are facing him. Week 2, he's subbing in for Zamrock, who left the league, and our replacement coach will hit us in week 3 with his presence. So we are blessed to play Matty Brollic. Obviously, like he's a guy that I wanted to face for a long, long time now. I invited him to the league, but he said he can't join because he's busy with NPL, obviously, and he didn't want to commit to too many leagues, which is fine. But he's here to take me on week 2, and we'll obviously try to shit on me here with the God Squad. My team builder went up on Sunday. We just played this match like an hour ago or so when I'm recording this, and yeah, if you don't know what team I'm bringing, go check out my team builder for sure. Put a lot of thought into the team, even though like it's kind of it's a kind of match up reliant team because there were some threats I just like really struggle against, but um, yeah, I think I covered most options and I still feel confident I can take a win. Looking at can take a win. Looking at Matty's team, brings the Tapu Koko, which I expected. I knew it would bring the Nihiligo and the Halucha. Brings the Escavalier, the Yuxia, the Pelipper too. So looking at his team, there's definitely like 3 or 4 attacks. Koko, maybe with the Roost, but probably like Z Bravefoot for Venusaur, Thunderbolt, U-Turn, and then maybe like some coverage for whatever he needs, maybe Dazzling Gleam or Grass, not for the Mammoth Swarm or something. As Cavalier could be a lot of stuff, I wasn't quite sure. It could be an SD or Bandit set, which both are really big threats versus my team. AV I could like handle more easily, but it's still a pretty big nuisance to take down because I don't have fire coverage on my team. So that's kind of wild. Yuxi, I figured it was like his rocker, or maybe a Calm Mind rest set or something, which is actually pretty scary versus my team once I lose like my Metagross. It's like Rest Talk, Psychic, Calm Mind. It like really shits on me, and like it could be joined by a Bandit as Cavalier that can Pursuit Trap my Mega, not my Mega Metagross, I wish, but my Metagross obviously, which could be rough. Nihiligo could be a lot of stuff, could be a lead set with like Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks and shit like that, but I really expected it to be like an offensive set with Life Orb um, or what's called choice specs, which really um, does a ton to my team. Halusha obviously was coming as an SD set, Power Herb or Sub SD. I feel like Power Herb is more reliable because you don't have to sub down and can potentially like get the unburden boost earlier. Pelipper, looking at his team, it's probably not a defensive set. He can take on Mammoth one fairly well if it's a defensive Yuxi. And like obviously as Cavalier can always take a hit, Coco can revenge if I'm not a Scarf variant, which I am. But like I didn't feel like it would be a defensive Pelipper, so it looks like it could be maybe Scarf or Modest or like Splash Plate or something. But maybe also a Tailwind setter or something, which actually could be pretty scary. But looking at this team, I wasn't sure if it was like more of a hyper offense build with like a Memento Yuxi and this leads an elite Nihiligo with like a breaking Escavalier or something. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. So I just decided to lead on with my biggest threat, kinda, which is my Tornadus T. I contemplated leading Mammoth One to get my rocks early, but I don't want to give away the fact that I am Scarf, which I basically do turn 1 if I switch out or like get up rocks before Nihiligo potentially. Decided to lead off with my Taunt to get a big hit off on potentially Yuxi lead and like I can like U-turn out versus stuff like Cavalier if I need to, but I can basically just start spamming Hurricane, which can be cool. So my opponent actually, my boy Matty leads off with the Nihiligo, and I'm already in the bad spot. I like yeah, I really wanted to go for the U-turn to break a potential focus sash, or go for the HP ground, which like prevents him from getting too many layers. But I like I couldn't justify doing that because Scarf Nihilego could just knock me out with the power jam, and then I'd lose like one of my biggest threats here that can reliably like revenge kill stuff like a Cavalier if I like get some chip on it, and like threaten out stuff like Pelipper obviously too. So I have to make the switch into my Metagross. It's my opponent Matty here. I always say my opponent, even though like it could be just a Matt or Matty. But yeah, he goes for his Stealth Rocks on this turn, and I'm like, yeah, like is this a dual hazard lead, or what is this? What is this set? Like could be 3 attacks. I still think offensive Nihilego is the best set versus me, so I go for the Pursuit here, thinking he might want to preserve this thing and switch out. But Matty actually goes for the Reflect, and now it's already annoying. I'm really far behind. My Pursuit does 7.3%. I go for a Rock Tomb here, as he said on his light screen, because I want to be able to outspeed everything that wants to come in potentially, and maybe even come in with Finny on this Nihilego and go for the defog before he can like Oko me or something with the Sludge Wave. But I'm definitely like in a bad spot already. It's like nothing I can really do about it because I have to bring in my Finny safely, and I will go for another Rock Tomb here to again outspeed whatever wants to come in. If like Hawlucha comes in, I can deal with that because I can just spam Rock Tomb into Thunder Punch to like guarantee outspeed with Scarf Ammo later or something. But he goes into his Cavalier, and I'm like, wow, if that's banded, I'm like Pursuit trapped now, and I'm dead. And like if it's SD, that is a nuisance as well. So I decided to make the switch here into my Finny, knowing that I can't take any one hit, even if it's a banded Iron Head, and then I can defog away. But now opponent's Sword Stance, that is pretty rough. It basically forces me to haze on this turn and take a big hit, which I don't really want. But I'm kind of forced to haze because this Cavalier can do quite some damage at +2. He gets a crit here on this turn. He actually asked me to restart this match, but I'm like, I know a lot of people like do it if they get an early turn hex, they restart this game. But I'm not like a guy who likes it because hex is something that like just happens in Mons. You can't avoid it. It will be part of every game probably. Like you always will get a crit or miss a move or something like that. And if it happens, it happens. My thing is still at a decent amount of health, and now I'm free to defog, even though like obviously it's unfortunate that he gets more damage off than needed. I much rather would have been at like 28 or 30% now instead of 19, but yeah, what can you do? So I make the switch here into my Tornadoes on the Escalier, knowing that I can live an uninvested Iron Head easily, and then I could just um, spam the Hurricane and like maybe get a Confusion or something like that. But he doubles out, or not doubles out, he switches out into my Heligo, and I think this is an opportunity to go for my HP Ground. I wasn't sure if he was expecting that, if he like predicts it and goes into Pelipper, I'm already in a bad spot again, but I like really felt like HP Ground was a nice set. I could have gone for it on turn 1 potentially if I had it and was sure he was setting up rocks. So I figured he might not expect me to have it. So I fire it off. He actually stays in after contemplating this turn for quite a long time, I think. And Nihilego goes down. Good thing is, I don't reveal my set yet. This damage doesn't reveal that I'm specs. It could be Modest Expert Belt, for example. So he doesn't quite know yet if I'm specs, but it's very likely that he does. Coco comes in, and this is a free U-turn here. I like can't stay in, even though like I was pretty sure he was going for U-turn, but I can't stay in because if I stay in, he can just go into Hawlucha and Pelipper and set up, expecting me to be a spec set, and then like I'm in a bad spot again. So what do I really like what do I really gain from staying in and making an unnecessary hard read with a Mon that like really shits on his team potentially if I like come in safely and stuff like a Scavalier or Pelipper. So I have to switch out. I really contemplate going out into Alomomola. You might say that's like really stupid, but I figured the U-turn was super obvious, but I just couldn't pull the trigger, so I decided to make a middle ground play, kinda go into Metagross because it covers the Volt Switch and the U-turn. So yeah, now Metagross comes in, but that just invites him as Cavaliers. He pursues me on my switch to into Tornadoes. He knows that like my Tornadoes can take a hit, and it was very smart of him to go for a pursuit. So on this next turn, I just fire off a Hurricane as my boy Matty actually gets confused and hurts himself in confusion. That's really rough. He could have gotten massive damage off on my Taunt with his Escavalier. Like an Iron Head would have done up to 60%, I think, depending on his investment. His and his what's it called? His nature. I don't think he was adamant, but I might be wrong about that. The calcs really like I figured he wasn't adamant or he just wasn't max attack but adamant, so something like that. So it was like not like max power as Cavalier. Mm. Sorry. Um, like now I'm in an interesting spot. I could just stay in here and spam Hurricane, but I really don't want to miss. So I decide to make a kind of like a middle ground play again and make a switch into my Metagross. I contemplate going for Alomomola here because he could have knocked himself out with the Iron Head um, on my Rocky Helmet Alo, but I didn't want to invite in stuff like Coco again or give Holucha a free setup or anything. I didn't feel like it was time for that, so um, going to my Metagross again and can just fire for Thunder Punch, which is boosted by the electric terrain, which is nice. Uxie comes in, takes some nice chip. That's definitely not a first step Uxie. It looks like max HP to me, and then probably max speed or max Spadef. I don't really see the reason for why he would run max Spadef, so I figured he was max speed or heavily invested in speed. I can't touch this thing sadly, and I gotta switch out here. It's my I go for Meteor Mash to chip it down. I don't know why. My opponent reveals here to have Stealth Rocks and Reflect on this thing as well. So he really brought a screen hazard team with heavy setup versus me. So like he's probably like guaranteed this SD on Holucha. It's definitely SD as Cavalier as we saw. It might be an offensive Pelipper, and like there's a solid chance um it's like a Z move Coco. So it's definitely like more for a hyper offensive approach that he took with his team, which is kind of scary. Like screens are up, which is rough. So I went for the Rock Tomb here. I contemplated a lot going into Tapu Fini, but going into Tapu Fini just didn't make sense for me at all. Because if he's like just set with Reflect, no item, Light Screen probably Stealth Rock, he has to have the Mental up and the Memento. So he could just Memento out on my defog. I wouldn't hit anything, so the defog would not go off. That would have been a lost turn for me, and my Fini would just take chip from the Stealth Rock. So I can't really do anything about it. I decide to go for a Thunder Punch again here, as Matty actually goes into Pelipper, and Pelipper behind the Reflect takes 67%, and this Pelipper is um, not bold. I think it's it's max HP, max special attack or something. It's definitely modest Pelipper, which I will find out on the next turn, but it's definitely not a bulky Pelipper. So I know this is an offensive Pelipper that wants to shit on me with Hurricanes and Surfs and Scalds and Hydros or whatever, and I'm forced to switch out here. I make the switch into my Venusaur, knowing that he will not go for the Hurricane doesn't make sense because it actually doesn't guarantee knockout AV Metagross, and Surf does like 32%, so I know this is an offensive Pelipper, but not a boosting item. It leaves not Splash Blade or Life Up or Specs or anything. On this next turn, I can just go for a free Protect here to get my Mega up, and now I make a super stupid play. I see he switches up move, so he's not Scarf. And as you have seen my team build, my Metagross actually was designed to outspeed max speed Pelipper and max speed Adamant Coco, and I totally blanked on that on this turn. I make a really bad play here, and for no reason sack my Fini. I completely forgot that I was a speedy Venusaur, and Giga Drain would have guaranteed um, knocked out Pelipper and would have put Venusaur out of range of a potential Brave Bird from Tapu Koko, which is actually like close to uninvested, but not a minus nature and attack. So kind of newest set already, like due to Z Brave Bird probably, then like T-Bolt and whatever. So I really I took unnecessary chip, and I will take unnecessary chip again with the Venusaur on my next switcher, which is super dumb. Instead of just going for the Giga Drain and knocking it out, I don't know what I was thinking there, and this is really stupid. So had I gone for the Giga Drain, that would have been a very fantastic spot, because then I could have just leech seeded the Escavalier if it wanted to come in. I could have sludge bombed the Yuxi potentially I could have hit the Horlucha with some damage if it wanted to set up on me and go from there. But now I can bring in my Tornadus. Rocks will be up to stay. Yeah, will be up for the remainder of the match, but I can live with it, I guess. I will fire off a Hurricane here, as Matty Saxes as Cavalier, obviously. Was the best play, probably. It wasn't outspeeding anything anytime soon. It was just like taking damage. Now Coco comes back in. I decide to make make the play and go into my Mamoswine, thinking that he doesn't want to U-turn this time because Coco can actually put in work right now. Like he could potentially already clean up this game if it stays in. So what I said to do is go into my Mamo, my offensive check to it, because I'm Scarf, I can't outspeed unless he's max speed timid or native or whatever. Goes for the Brave Bird, that's 40%, and takes some damage. And now I make one of the worst plays that I have ever made. So let me go into that. Like now we have like the situation. On my Memo is Scarf, I'm very confident that I outspeed this Coco. I could just go for the Earthquake and knock him out as the Reflect wears off here. So, but that will allow him to either predict that and go into one of his 3 mons that are left and are locked into and like could set up in front of a locked into Earthquake Mamoswine, which he can like also do if he like just predicts that, or if he like just sacks his Coco and then like knows that I outspeed and like then can set up with Horlucha and win from there basically, or set up screens again with Yuxi and shit on me or whatever. So I felt like Earthquake was never the play. The play I had was maybe doubling out into Alomomola to get some more chip on it, to put it in guaranteed range of Icicle Crash, or just go for the Icicle Crash now and catch potentially the Yuxi on the switch and the Pelipper on the switch. I really felt like Pelipper, sacking Pelipper was a very solid play for him because he wouldn't lose much to it, but I really didn't think of the possibility that he stays in, sacks his Coco, and then tries to win with screens Yuxi, Memento into Horlucha. Which like didn't really like it crossed my mind for sure, but I felt like I couldn't risk him making the hard switch um, into Yuxi and like on my Earthquake and then set up screens and screw me over from there with a Coco in the back that can um, outspeed my Mamo potentially and not my Mamo, outspeed the rest of my team and clean up this game. So like there was really like I really contemplated this play a lot. I should have really gone for the Earthquake here. It's like I if I go for Ice Crash and he stays in, I'm basically sacking my win con, which is something you should never do. So yeah, that's kind of stupid. So I will go for the Ice Crash on this turn. And if he switches out, I look like a Dawn because I get at least 1 kill guaranteed. And if he stays in and he knocks me out, I lose the game. So it's kind of like a really bad play on my part going for the Ice Crash here. I will admit that I like after the turn was over, I was like, what the fuck did you just do? Why did you go for Icicle Crash? So I go for the Icicle Crash and get 64% damage off and Coco flinches. So Matty won the game right there if he gets his attack off, like if he knocks me out. I have nothing to revenge Coco in the back, besides like going for Venu and then going to Venu, luring in like making him go for the Brave Bird and knocking himself out on the Alomomola, but then again, it's really tough for me to beat Horlucha. So yeah, it was like that was a really dumb play because then I like he really had a big chance of winning the game. Like I think he was winning the game guaranteed if he gets his attack off. So now I'm getting lucky again, just like I did in the PMC playoffs, and I knock out the Pelipper with the Ice Crash on his sack. Really dumb, and my boy Matty Brollic can't catch a break, to be honest. So Uxie comes in, I just go for the Ice Crash again. I can't allow him to get up too many screens, and I just knock him out. And now um, things are getting rough. Not gonna lie. Reflect is up and Horlucha is in. I like really should have contemplated the turn a little bit longer because if I go for the Icicle Crash here on his SD, I win the game already because then I can switch out into Alo, take the hit, get some Rocky Helmet off, burn screen turns, and then like sweep with Ice Shard on Memo. Or I could just like already go hard into Alumomola, get some chip with Rocky Helmet and the what's called the waterfall in the rain, which would do quite some damage, and then win with Ice Shot later. But if I don't get enough chip on the Holucha, I like might not be he might not be in range for Mammoth Ice Shot to sweep. So it's still a very open game with Holucha behind the screen. It's kind of scary. I probably should have stayed in an Ice Crash, but that again would have meant I would sack my win con, and like it was like really rough. Like I knew that I needed this Mammoth Swine, so I like was not was not sacking it here. So I go into my Alumomola. Maybe should have thought about this turn a little longer. I like immediately clicked Alu, and then like I should have. Then I considered what else I could have done. Is Matty as these up. It was his only play kinda. It was like if he high jump kicks, he loses a lot of initiative there. So I figured he was like as being up. I was 99% sure he would do that, but I figured Alu would still give me the safe play. I can just go for the waterfall. I contemplated going for a protect here, but I didn't. And like I couldn't allow him um, to go to plus what's it called, +6 on me. So rain wears off, which is dumb for my waterfall, but it's still okay. I got Holucha at 77%. I still need a Rocky Helmet hit off on what's called on the Holucha to win with Mammoth Swine's Ice Shot, and then I need to like burn all the screen shots, which are he has 4 or 5 left, which is I think it's 4 after this turn, yeah, which is a lot. So I have to like make the play and pivot around, get health back with my Alu, and sack someone. So I switch out into my Metagross here as he goes for the acrobatics, makes a safe play, not going for the SD again. He has to knock out Alu, so that he's never in range um, of Mammoth Swine's Ice Shot. But like now I think he knows what I'm doing because I'm getting health back slowly so that I can take a +2 acrobatics. And I will switch out into my Venusaur again to like um, potentially like what's it called, potentially get enough health back with Alu to like live +2 acro, get some more chip off than I actually need. Yeah, I go for a Protector on his next turn as he goes to +4, which is kind of scary. I felt like it was GG already, but because I didn't even waste time calking the roll with Mammoth Swine's Ice Shot. Like if I put him in range, I could put him in range, and if not, it's then I just lose. So like that was what all my plays were. So now I can like just let him kill me with the acro, and then go from there with the Ice Shot. Maybe I should have like sacked Venusaur on this turn to make sure that I like get even more health back, sack sack the tornadoes, and then like get like guaranteed lifty hit. But I felt like 61% should have been enough. I like kind of butchered this end game because maybe I could have gotten two Rocky Helmet hits off, but I also didn't want him to go to +6, and then beat me with Drain Punch because then he would go straight back up to full and win the game guaranteed. So I felt like sacking Alu was the safest play there, while I still was at 50%. So even if he goes to +4 then and hits me with the Drain Punch, I can like just get Rocky Helmet plus a Waterfall off on the setup and beat him after that. He doesn't gain too much HP from the range where I was at. So Mammoth Swine comes in. Matty thinking I'm jolly, thinking it's a roll in his favor. I'm actually adamant. We discussed it in chat, and Mammoth Swine actually gets the roll. It was what was the roll? I think it was like I think I put it in the chat. Yeah, the roll was 58.4 to 70.1%, so it's heavily in my favor, and I got it. And Mammoth Swine will clean up this match. So GG Matty, my boy. Sucks that we didn't get a clean game. He definitely deserved to win this one. I'm not lying about it, and he definitely should have won this one if it weren't for the stupid Ice Crash flinch. But like obviously 20 or 30% in my favor. But you never want that to happen. But thankfully Matty was only a substitute coach, so I don't screw his season over or anything. But definitely sucks because we both were looking pretty much forward to this battle, and yeah, I hexed him pretty bad. I can't deny that. And I didn't play up to my abilities. I kind of butchered the early game I butchered the mid game and I butchered the end game. I made some decent plays, but nothing really special. So Matty definitely outplayed me a lot in this match, and yeah, I should not have let that happen. Obviously, I really played badly around the screens, which really were a nuisance. I think I mentioned in my team builder that screens might come. I didn't really see them coming, but if they come, I might be in trouble. And yeah, they actually almost fucked me over. But Memo Swine with the Ice Crash flinch and the Ice roll came through, thankfully. So yeah, that's the game. That's week 2. Shouts to Matty. He was a really good sport about it. He didn't care. Still, he said he was still enjoying this game, but we definitely have to play at some point in the future to have a clean game and see like um, who's really the smarter, the better, the best player obviously out there. So yeah, kind of sucks. I definitely should have lost this game, but I improved to 2-0. The goat gets lucky, obviously, and yeah, that's ITL week 2 for you. Week 3, I actually don't know yet who I play. I haven't checked my schedule, but definitely should be a fun one. It might be my boy Helmy and his Wisconsin Weezing. He's in in my division, so that would make sense that we play. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. Definitely go check out Matty's channel and Matty's side of the match. It's really unfortunate that he has to record a Hexy game where he just got shit on by RNG, but yeah, it definitely will be pretty entertaining, I reckon, because like Matty's a god when it comes to commentating, so definitely go check him out. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.